Working. Says it is. Don't know what happened. Hmm. Okay. Ubenefer. Good rising and great awakenings. Oh, great is. For those of you on YouTube, if you could let me know that you can hear me, I would really, I appreciate it. I seem to be having trouble with mic number 1. I don't know why. Oh, not getting anything. That one seems to be dead. Huh. Hope it's just a wire. There we go. Still nothing. Okay, well, I don't know. Okay, well, let's get going here. Welcome to today's presentation of Kim Matone's Cosmic Sound Healing and Hedescope's 13-month Comedic Sidereal Astrology System. My name is Arit, aka Tachia Ahmet, and tonight at 1:07 a.m. Central Time is the first quarter moon, which is why we're starting now. And we're going to have a brief presentation of Cosmic Chimes and Chanting for this event. And then we will have self-care session. And when I do the self-care, even though I'm putting the tuning forks on myself, those of you in the listening audience will also benefit from the sessions because energy doesn't know the difference between, distance, time, and space. And so when I'm putting them on myself, it's as if using the healing in person. Oh, looks like there's a comment. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. I'm really looking forward to this session because of the alignment of the moon and some of the other planets. It's a very wonderful time for releasing emotions and expressing ourselves, expressing our truth. So we're going to be exploring that in the session. So let's start with a summary of what's going on today. The moon is in the sign of sidereal. Oh, you know what? Let me start with the Om. We always start with this bone here. Uja, Ubenefer. So we're going to start with the wonderful crystal singing bowl, which is tuned to the note of G for the root chakra healing. And this is for grounding us and getting us ready for this presentation. So when we move energy upward, or in a counterclockwise direction that is opening the way and releasing blocks and toxins. So we start off counterclockwise and then we end clockwise. And you can ohm along. Nice. Still rocking it out. Check this internet connection here. Yep, it's all good. Okay. All right, so we're going to jump into the summary. So I have here, let's see, TikTok, you can see I have these chimes here, and each one is tuned to a different planetary force, cosmic force. And here at Chemitones, each planet, of course, in the Western system is named after a Greek god or goddess. And so in this system, we correspond them to the Kemetic gods and goddesses. And we're opening every session with the tone for Anpu. Anpu is the opener of the way. And in this system, Anpu is corresponds to what they refer to as the zodiac fork, or the zodiac tone, because it corresponds to the vibrations of the constellations along the zodiac, along the ecliptic. And these calculations are based on the work of Kepler, who we know studied with the ancient Egyptians. So we have Anpu, opener of the way, and then the tone for the new moon, or the moon, is corresponds to Shesheta. Now, Shesheta is the cosmic force of writing. She's the cosmic scribe, and she is the counterpart of Jehuti, who represents the full moon in this system. So in Egypt, you would hear Jehuti or Asar or Khonsu referred to as the moon. In this system, Sasheta is the moon when it's not full. So here we're in the first quarter moon, so we have the tone for Sasheta, and Sasheta is in the sign of Sidereal Gemini. And that's how we know this is a time for expressing our emotions and communication. Because Shesheta, the cosmic scribe, Juji is the cosmic mind. So that has to do with expressing our thoughts, right? And then we have the sun and Chiron and Nit in sidereal Pisces. And that is dealing with healing our emotions, using our creativity to express our emotions. And as Chiron is the wounded healer, this reminds us to do our self-care. When we're expressing our emotions, this is a form of self-care. If we keep our emotions bottled up inside of us, they can manifest as a physical ailment, and we don't want that to happen. So we want to be in the position where we're releasing our feelings and our emotions. Now, it took me a long time to be taught the difference between a feeling and emotion. And so here in this system, a feeling is something that comes from inside of us. We have no control over our feelings. We could see a cloud and it could trigger us and bring up a feeling. It could bring up a memory that's connected to a feeling. And so we can't control our feelings, but we can control how we show our feelings or express our feelings. And that is an emotion. An emotion is how we express our feelings. Emotion is energy in motion. So this session, as I mentioned in the announcement, is in honor of Sexual Assault Awareness Month, SAM, SAM, or SAAM, because when you're healing assault or any type of abuse or violation, you have all these feelings that come up when in the act, of course, but a lot of the healing comes from remembering and being triggered by things that remind us of the assault or the trauma. And so we have to learn how to express our feelings in a positive way, because when we express them in a negative way, and I'm speaking from experience, we project our memory or our energy on the present moment. The present moment, nothing is happening because we're traumatized. We get locked into something in the past. And so that will bring up feelings, and then we start expressing how we're feeling about something in the past. And then it just it just it reverberates. And so instead, we want to learn how to express our feelings and emotions in a positive way that can, raise our frequency. It can change the outcome. I don't know if you're familiar with revisioning. I learned about it from a mermaid named Sammy Ingram. And when we do revisioning, can visualize how we would prefer the outcome to be from a situation or from um, an event. And if we do it strong enough or intensely enough or with consistency, eventually the vibrations of the event will align with what we're revisioning, and we'll have the frequency or the experience of the outcome that we would have preferred. So it's kind of like changing the past, because we're working on changing the energy. Like I said before, energy doesn't know the difference between time and space. So that's going to be going into this transmission as well. So the formula is, when feelings come up, we want to align our thoughts with our heart, because our mind is divided into two. Oops, it's starting in 1 minute. And we want to be centered in the oneness, because the heart is also made with brain cells. So I'm going to go ahead and start, because it's time for the first quarter minute. And even though I have all these tones here, I'm going to be focusing on the moon. Yeah. All right. Cool background, beautiful sounds. Thank you. Yeah, the background is obtained by a wall hanging from the temple of at Abu Simbel, Temple of Amun, and I have some colored lights. And if you're interested in the background, you can order them from my Amazon store. This one is already presented, printed, and then you can also get your favorite photograph turned into a wall hanging. Oh, Ucha formula, thank you for tuning in. Okay, so that was the introductory transmission. Now I want to share a little bit about the first quarter moon and its spiritual meaning. This is from the website thatverynight.com. The first quarter moon has several important spiritual meanings that you might be able to apply to your life. For instance, many people see the first quarter moon as a symbol of strength. The moon is moving towards its full brightness and is the yang phase of its development. It is determined to get from where it is now to where it finally wants to be, the full moon. Hence, many people see it as a good time to think about becoming stronger and more adept in the tasks that they need to perform to succeed. There will be plenty of opportunity to rest later. Given this interpretation, many people associate the first quarter moon with similar traits such as determination and focus. Again, these are very much yang elements in the yin and yang view of the world and complement the desire to become strong. Like a warrior, you need to go through training and emerge out of the other side fitter than before. You can also think of the first quarter moon as being a time for reevaluation. At this stage in the lunar cycle, the moon has gone from new moon through to waxing crescent moon. However, at first quarter moon, it pauses briefly to consider the next phase. For you, this could mean that you also need to pause and take stock of how far you've come. You might also check to make sure that you're moving in the right direction for the future. After all, you don't want to work hard only to find yourself at a dead end. The message of the first quarter moon is to keep moving forwards, regardless of your doubts or concerns. As the moon shows, it is entirely possible to continue moving on, putting one foot in front of the other until you reach your goals. The first quarter moon is a time for taking stock, being critical of your approach up to this point, and then setting out to finish your goals. Please note that while the first quarter moon is a time of energy and action, there will be opportunities to rise in the future. However, that time is not now. You need to harness the energy of the moon as much as possible at this stage to move forward with your life. There will be plenty of time to consolidate and recover from all your hard work later. All right, so let's take a moment to apply that to the subject at hand, which is Sexual Assault Awareness Month and National Sexual Assault Awareness. And at this first quarter moon, April 9th, let's run through a summary. So this is a symbol of strength. This is a time of moving toward full brightness and the yang phase of development. Time to get from where we are now to where we want to be, which is healed and, let go of trauma. The next cycle of the transmission, we're going to include the other vibrations dealing with emotions, using creativity, healing, the wounded healer, self-care, Net, the goddess for warrior protection, weaving a protective shield, a protective veil, and then of course removing obstacles to success and expressing ourselves through our writing and creativity. As you can tell, I'm the type of person that's expressing my feelings and emotions through my TikTok videos and my music. All right. So also we're going to be thinking about becoming stronger and more adept to the tasks that we need to perform to succeed. So when you're on a healing journey, you need to be consistent with your healing work, writing in your journal, doing your artwork, fasting, meditation, prayers. These are all techniques to help us become stronger in our healing journey. Because if you're like me, your trauma silenced you, and that, like I said before, can lead to physical ailments. We have to release the trauma in order to heal. And, we don't want to release our emotions in a way that can make things worse. Like we can transmute or transcend or transform the feelings. Like if you put it into your artwork, you can turn poison into medicine, because when you express yourself, you help others heal. Because when they hear you share your story or your healing process, then it triggers a healing in those around you. Right? Determination and focus. So you have to be determined to heal and not stay in the victim mode, because you go from victim to survivor to thriver. There's a third step in the process, and that's the one that we want to stay in for the rest of our lives. We don't want to stay in victim or survivor mentality. I stayed in survivor mentality for 30 years. So now it's time to thrive. Okay, time for reevaluation. At this stage of the lunar cycle, we've gone from the new moon to where we are now. So we need to reevaluate our healing journey. And in my case, after a while, I realized I had to speak out, because when you remain silent, you're protecting the perpetrator. You're protecting the person that caused harm, and you're enabling them to harm others. So when you speak out and people find out about the individual or what happened, then it brings awareness, and people can, stay away from that person. And then also it inspires other people that have been affected to speak out, just like what happened with the Me Too movement. And let's see what else. You want to pause and take stock of how far you've come. No matter where you are in your healing journey, you survived, you woke up to greet another day. And the most difficult step, I think, in the healing journey is to have gratitude for everything that happened that got you to where you are in this moment. Because there's a gift in every adversity, and it's really hard to see that right in the middle of trauma or when you're being triggered. But, something good always comes out of it. And if you can handle that step, you're really doing great. There's a gift in every adversity. Adversity is prosperity, and prosperity is adversity, is a Kemetic proverb. And just have to keep that in mind. Like I was talking about before, if you stay in your mind and your brain or your thoughts, you'll always be going back and forth, and your feelings and emotions will always be like triggering and just stirring up more chaos. And if you take a moment, drop into your heart and tune into your feelings and express your feelings. Feelings are like a thought from the source in your heart. And thoughts in your brain or your mind can be, the seat of your ego. And that's where the doubt and the fear comes. You drop into the heart and feel the purification, feel the trauma being released. It's another bitter pill to swallow is the RAU. Everything happens for a reason, and we don't know what that reason is. It's possibly from some of our past life that has to be released and purified. And so we have to be able to accept those type of teachings to really release the energy that traps you, can trap you. All right, anything else? Oh, continue to move forwards on your healing journey. If you get stuck, you just have to keep moving forwards. All right, so that's what's going to go into this next phase of the transmission, where I'm going to be calling on all the netters involved in this alignment. Again, we have Anpu, the opener of the way, Sasheta, the cosmic scribe, Jehuti, the cosmic mind of the first quarter moon in Sidereal Gemini, divine intellect. Then we have Neptune, which rules Pisces, Sidereal Pisces. We have Ra, this Nebuchadnezzar. We have Ra, the sun, in Hotep for Chiron, and Net for Pallas Athena, all in Sidereal Pisces. So this phase of the transmission includes all the qualities that were discussed in the spiritual meaning of the first quarter moon in Sidereal Gemini, while the sun, Chiron, and Pallas Athena are in center of Pisces. Dua anku, dua sejata, dua juti. Dua anku, dua sejata, dua juti. Dua never did. Do a mountain, do a net, do a never do a rock, do a mountain, do a net. Look who on who. A shelter. The beauty. Put a Nikura. Nikura motel. Nikune. Open the way. Express emotion and feeling. Lining thoughts in mind and feeling thoughts in the brain, feeling thoughts in the heart. Releasing, feeling, with our creativity is healing. Releasing feeling with positivity. Finding the gift in adversity. Relieving grief by forgiving. Releasing grief by forgiving is healing. Juan Fu, look Juan Fu. Do us a shelter. Look who's a shelter. Do a duty. Do I never look around. Do I am all day? Look around all day. Do I need? Look around. Weaving a veil of protection. Weaving a veil of protection. Weaving a veil of protection. All right, give me a little like a warming feeling. Okay. Now we're going to transition into the Solfeggio frequencies. So I have on my leg what we call an activator bell. It's a piece of rubber, and when I strike it, the tuning forks will vibrate. This form of sound healing is based on principles of Chinese medicine, like acupuncture, and work with the meridians and chakras and energy field, extraordinary vessels, all that. It's very powerful. And so I have here before me, I have some of the Solfeggio frequency tuning forks. And I have the high frequency and a lower frequency. And like I mentioned in the chart, we're dealing with 174, which is for removing pain. See if I can get to the microphone. The lower frequencies we put right on the body, and the higher frequencies you can hear. They're in the energy field. I'm going to be doing a little bit of both. Some on my body. Remember, when I'm putting them on my body, it's as if you're receiving the healing. You're going to actually feel benefit from the presentation. Good job. What's happening here? All right, so we just finished having two Cosmic Chimes and Chanting sessions for the first quarter moon, which was at 1:47 a.m. Central Time. And they were in honor of Sexual Assault Awareness Month, because we had the moon in Gemini, and the sun and Chiron and Athena in Siberia, Pisces. So we did an offering and a reading of the spiritual qualities of the first quarter moon. And now we are moving into the self-care session with the tuning forks of the Solfeggio frequencies. And I was just discussing which Solfeggio frequencies we're going to be working with. So the first one I pointed out is 174 for removing pain. And then we're going to have, oh dear, excuse me, sorry about that. We have 528 for miracles and restoring DNA. And then this is high frequency. And then 639 for repairing relationships, healing the heart. High frequency. Oh, I forgot this one. Capra. Oh, no, I did that one. Yeah, that's it. Oh, I forgot. Which one am I missing? What's here? Oh, Self-Cat. So this one is 396, liberating fear and guilt. So these are Solfeggio frequencies. And if you know me very well, you know that I like to take things back to Kemet and which Neteru correspond to these frequencies. So in this system, we have, and I'm still learning it. I have it by heart, but I want to get it right. So for removing pain, that one is not one of the chakras, and I have not associated that to a netter yet. This one, Selket, is for the root chakra, and Selket is the one that protects us from our egoism. So when we release guilt and fear, right, we're liberating from guilt and fear, we are, protecting ourselves from our egoism. And then Kepra, 528, repairs DNA, miracle tone of nature, and transformation. That goes to Kepra, the transformation, the network transformation, created the cosmic forces, the creator. And then the heart chakra is the goddess Net, for the one that connects and heals relationships, and she's a weaver. So I just visualize her weaving, like if there's a rift in the fabric of the universe, she's the one that weaves it back together and heals it. That's how I visualize that. So we're going to start off with the three treasures, and you can I'll move this so you don't need to see the chimes right now. You can follow along with your own self-care if you have any crystals you like to use, or if you have tuning forks, or you can just use your hands, put your hands over the area, over the chakra, or you could use visualization. We're going to be working on the creativity chakra, which is tech in the Medu Nectar. The heart chakra is Bra, or the first eye is Myrrh. Those are the names for the chakras. So for the three treasures, we're connecting our purpose, which is healing and enlightenment. Our purpose in this moment is releasing emotions and feelings that may have been blocked up. We haven't been able to let go, really deep feelings connected to trauma, because tonight we're honoring Sexual Assault Awareness Month. So that our purpose is to release feelings we've been holding on to for a long time. And then our heart, we want our heart to be in alignment with our purpose. So we only want to release feelings that are in alignment with our purpose, with healing, deep-seated trauma that we've been holding on to, or toxic negativity, relationships, whatever it is. We want to let it go. And then first eye is our inner vision. We want to project what we want and not what we don't want. During this month of Sammy, I'm sharing my story, and I'm also focusing on tools for healing. For example, I've been sharing the 40-day prosperity plan. That's a tool I've used to change my mindset and my heart, my feelings, and my root chakra, because trauma affects our root chakra. And if our root chakra is out of balance, then our finances, our stability, our sense of stability and security is off balance. But this time we're working on the creativity chakra. I know that's a lot of information. Healing is a journey. All right. So this part is the three treasures. So you can put your hand over your creativity chakra and your heart chakra and your first eye. You're going to, duplicate what you see me do with the tuning forks. If you can't see it, I'm working on my creativity chakra. So I'm going to start with the tones for removing pain and releasing guilt and fear. I'm going to wrap a piece of rubber on my leg. I strike it and then put it on my creativity chakra. And when I do that, I'm also going to chant the name of the chakra, the Metta Nectar. Okay? Om Te, Om Te, Om Te, Om Te. Tone. Om Kapara. Om Kapara. Om Kapara. Om Kapara. Om. 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 Now you put your energy over the creativity chakra and move it up to the heart chakra. Om Tek, Om Kapara, Om Tek, Om Kapara, Om Kapara, Om. Om Kapara, Om. And now the creativity chakra to the first eye. Om Tek, Om. Om Tek, Om. Om Tek, Om. If you just tuned in, we're using the Solfeggio tuning forks on the three treasures, aligning your purpose, feelings, and thoughts or mind, so that your feelings are focused on your purpose and your thoughts are in alignment with your feelings and your purpose. And the purpose for this transmission healing session is releasing feelings and emotions that trap by trauma from assault or other types of violation. So we're going to do the tone for transformation, miracles and repairing DNA with healing the heart. Net is the goddess of weaving. So like you have a tear in your energy field from the trauma, weaving it back together, healing the heart, purifying the heart, cleansing the RAU. And I'm chanting the Kemetic name for the chakra. Nuktek, Nuktek, Nukapara, 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 connecting the creativity chakra to the heart. Nu tek, nu kapara. Nu tek, nu ne. And then the heart to the first eye. Nu kapara. Nu kmer. Nu kapara. Nu kmer. And then the creativity to the first eye. Nu tek, nu kmer. Nu tek, nu kmer. Nu tek, nu kmer. Nu tek, nu kmer. Good job. Now I'm going to do the points right here are called the lung points, and they're also where you can release grief. So I'm going to focus on the lung points and releasing grief and opening the throat chakra so we can express ourselves through our writing, our creativity, talking, making videos, lots of ways. So let's switch it up. This time we'll use releasing, liberating from fear and grief, right? Fear and guilt, and healing heart. Lung points to the throat chakra. Lung points, throat chakra. And you can visualize, you can use crystals, you can use tuning forks, whatever your healing modalities, or you can just visualize and know that you're receiving benefit from this treatment. You can also go from the heart to the grief points to the throat chakra. And then these are the tones for removing pain and miracles, repairing DNA, and transformation. It's very important to heal energetically from trauma because when we don't, the creativity chakra and the throat chakra are very connected. When we've been traumatized, it blocks our throat chakra. And I know of a family of daughters that one by one, as they reach a certain age, their father assaulted them, raped them, and they ran away. One by one, 5 daughters. And no one ever talked about it, ever. And when the youngest daughter reached her Chiron return, age 50 to 52, her childhood trauma came up. And when she her childhood trauma came up, and she developed a cancer of the nose and the throat because of the preservatives put in Chinese snacks, because her grandmother was Chinese. And so she was my sound healer when I first came into sound healing. So being aware of the connection, she called her sisters together and told them that she witnessed them all being assaulted and no one ever spoke about it. And then they all realized that each one of them had an ailment of the throat. One had thyroid cancer, one had I don't remember all the different diagnoses, but all five of them had an illness in the throat chakra. And uh, but Jeannie she died. She died. So it's very important to do this type of healing work, even if you go and get the cancer treatments and you go to therapy and you're taking. Some people choose to take pharmaceutical drugs. Whatever you're doing to get through the moment, you must release the trauma from your body, your energy field, from your throat chakra. Otherwise, it will lead to a physical ailment. All right, so the next thing, and this is the type of session you would get if you were in Chicago. You come for a sound healing. We go through the three treasures, and we do the grief points, the throat chakra. And the next thing we would do is called extraordinary vessels. And extraordinary vessels are similar to meridians, only they're not attached to a physical organ. They correspond to traits in our personality or in our lineage. There's one grandparent vessel because things that happen to our grandparents, our ancestors, we go through similar things. And so for trauma, see, we have little charts here. I'm going to write my book soon. Don't worry, my self-book. So we're going to work on the Chong, which is the grandchild one, but it deals with ancestral trauma, ancestral imprinting, and just trauma and PTSD. And then the Yang Wei is called the Xiao Yang pattern. It's for ailments or diseases or trauma patterns that we've had for a long time, and we've worked on them, and they're still there. Do you have a second page? No, someone is impersonating me and stealing my content and posting it on the page. It's Tachia Ahmet with the underscore. And I've reached out to TikTok numerous times and they haven't done anything. They gave me a violation because I made a video about it. So if you see that account, if you could report it, it's this person, whoever it is they're getting people to follow them and then charging them money. And I don't do that. Things are by donation, or you can sign up for it at my website, but I don't come on here and ask for money. I think someone is impersonating me. Yeah, they say Grad Rising. They say everything that I say. If you could report them, I would appreciate it. But TikTok has not done anything, and I hear that they're going to do anything. I hear that when this happens, a lot of people are forced to start a new account, and I'm hoping that I don't have to. But anyway, it's another form of abuse and violation, in my opinion. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead with this little session here. So the guide point is one that's the first point is this on your hand, and I can't show you my foot, but it's on the side of your ball. Like if this is the ball of your foot, it's on the inside knuckle part of your let's see here. So you can see this diagram on the bottom. Okay, so I'm just gonna put one fork on my hand, on my wrist here, and the other one on the opposite foot. So we'll go with removing pain and releasing guilt and fear. Put one here and one on my foot. And I don't have the right camera so you can see my foot. Maybe someday. Yes, that is happening to me during Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Some people say take it as a compliment. It means I'm doing something right. I don't know. It's no fun. There. And this is for miracles, DNA repair, transformation, and healing the heart. So even though you can't see what I'm doing, you are getting a benefit from this. That's how this energy healing works, distance healing. It seems like it doesn't work, but I've done it so many times. People tell me that they really did feel the benefits. So I keep doing it. And the Xiao Yang pattern, I forgot it. It is Yang Wave. Okay. And then this one is the Yang Wave. See that? Top of the hand and the web of the pinky. I call it of the baby toe. So we'll switch it up this time. We'll do releasing guilt and fear, removing guilt and fear. Liberates you from fear and guilt and DNA transformation. Yeah, if you could report that account, I would really appreciate it. People have been reporting it, but still no change. Okay, so I'm going to start on this hand first and end on the left foot. And I'm getting organized, and I am going to start teaching a self-care class on the sound healing and astrology technique. Just taking a while getting organized. Thank you for the love and the likes. Thank you. I froze. Sorry. I don't know why it froze. Maybe because it's snowing. It's snowing out here, believe it or not, in Chicago. It's snowing, and it's April 9th. Okay, almost done. Then we get to the fun part. The high frequency forks are the really fun part. So this one is removing the pain from the heart. Wow, wouldn't that be nice? It does get better after a long time. It still hurts, but just not as like it did before. I've been told it's always going to hurt. It's never going to stop hurting. But I've been learning how to find the gift in the adversity. And so it led to my spiritual awakening. All right, now the high frequency forks. Those are the ones that you can hear very well. We'll start with removing pain and liberating you from guilt and fear. So we move the energy up. We're removing blocks to that. Do a little bit of the spiral dance. So we're not just repeating things. We're moving forward. The energy is always moving forward, like the first quarter moon teaching said, moving forward. And then we bring the energy down. We're manifesting what is our purified desires and our purpose. So bring the energy up to remove obstacles and bring the energy down to manifest. And then same thing, connecting the heart and healing the heart, transformation, miracles, removing obstacles. Those brief points. And manifesting our vision picture. So I recently started incorporating Raseki, which is Kemetic Reiki, and using some of the symbols. So I'm going to do some of that right now. Puja. So I'm doing hieroglyphics. Senep, which is life, vitality, and health. And we have water flowing, which represents our emotions being released. And then I have the High Peru. And we have Reiki, we have this one for heart transformation. And what's another one I've been looking at? I don't remember the names of all of them. Like I said, I'm just starting. I've been working on that. Okay. All right. So that's what I had for you today. I don't know if anyone has any questions or comments. I see a few here. Did it unfreeze? I think it unfroze because people are still trying to join in. So, okay. Well, if there aren't any more questions or comments, I will close out with the healing crystal ball. Oh, I know. I got a few more minutes. If anyone is interested, I could do a little pendulum reading for the last couple of minutes. I didn't announce pendulum reading, so I don't know if anyone's going to be interested in that right now. So I'll just schedule another session for that. Okay. All right, so I'm going to close out with the singing bowl. Remember, we started by going counterclockwise, so we're going to close up by going clockwise to manifest all the things that were discussed in this session. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in and for staying to the end. I really appreciate your presence. It's a gift to me. And if you have any questions or comments, just leave them in, the chat or something. And if you want more information on this healing work, visit my website at lightbeingwellness.com. And the next transmission, sound healing transmission, will be for the full moon. The next Ancient African Adorations, I don't have my schedule in front of me, but the calendar is already there posted. And I think I'll be doing a special session on April 20th for the breath concert. And May 1st, we'll have the next Spiral Dance Medicine Wheel. And the next reggae music experience will be May 17th. So we've got a lot coming up here from the Majesty Temple of, of Divine Light Healing and Sweet Sounds, and the Light Being Wellness Center, where wellness is a vibration. So I wish you all a happy Sammy, which is, even though this is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, we are healing. We're moving from survivors to thrivers, and we're finding the gift in the adversity, and we're sharing our story to help others heal. So I can say happy Sammy to you. A tap. Do go ahead, tap.